Kat. I go by Katty G. And it's been 3 years since I made my last video. And I just watched a clip of my last video and I had to jump on here and kind of give you a life update because disappeared from the face of the earth. So I wanted to reintroduce myself as Kat and give you kind of a life update of where I'm at and where I was. So here we go. In my last video 3 years ago, I just moved into my Miami apartment. My best friend at the time was moving in with me. We had just put a money down on a 2 bed and 2 bathroom apartment. It was beautiful, loved it. Shortly after we moved into the apartment, I landed my full-time job with a real estate developer, 9 to 6, Monday through Friday. So going through that struggle, working really hard in those 2 months where, kind of making my way into Miami, I did a great job, full time job, apartment. So I kind of set myself up for the next 3 years in that same full time job, living in Miami, the craziness, hustle, grind. I loved it, but I'm very family oriented and I want a big family myself one day. I want 6 kids. Crazy, I know, but it is a dream of mine. So, as I was getting, older year by year, it's only 3 years, but you start thinking long term and you know what is working, what isn't working. Are you happy? Are you not happy? And I was miserable. Like, even though I was in the place that I wanted to be so bad, I was so sad and lonely and just in a really toxic relationship, toxic environment, and it really took a toll on me. And you kind of saw it in my last video, um, how worn down I looked, and that was how I looked for the next 3 years. And I'm slowly getting back to myself. I don't look as worn down, but slowly finding myself little by little, getting out of corporate because I did quit my full time job in May of 2025. It's November now. Was there for another month in Florida, and then I officially moved out in June back to Charlotte, North Carolina, just to give myself time, take things slow, and really figure out the next steps because I don't want to rush into anything similar where I'm miserable, committed to this full time job, 9 to 6, just sitting behind a desk doing work for other people, which is great, great security if you need it, great money, great money. But I didn't want to keep putting money first when I was so miserable and didn't really get what I want. I wasn't getting what I wanted from life anymore. I wasn't happy. So I really was reflecting a lot and I'm still reflecting a lot on my life. Even a few years back, when I was posting on social media, posting on YouTube, I'm shocked of how open and vulnerable and how much I was sharing because I am not like that now. Like, I am very to myself and I want to be open again and, share my life updates, but with boundaries. Um, it's just shocking though. I was so like free spirited and all this good stuff, but I'm the same way. I'm just, older, tamer, have a direction and have a goal. And I'm happy I didn't slide down the slippery slope that most girls do, which is sad in Miami, selling their bodies, putting on this image, ruining their image, their reputation. Can't get into that now, but happy I am where I'm at now. Also, Miami being a mostly Latin culture, I am American. I'm from New York. I'm from the suburbs of New York. I don't know a lick of Spanish. I wish I did. Don't get me wrong. I love the culture. I love the community, but it was hard being single and alone to integrate myself in such a culture when you don't have anyone to introduce yourself into that culture and integrate yourself. So that felt even more isolating, working a full-time job and just being alone in a toxic relationship environment. So 3 years later, turned 27, reflected, left everything that, didn't feel right, even though I made the decision to move to Miami and that was the life that I created for myself. I didn't want that life. I don't know. I did it from me. I didn't do it from God, if that makes sense. Like, I just wanted it and I got it and I did it, whether if it was good or bad, in the way of like, I don't know how to explain it. So just the fact of, being alone down there in Miami, having no family, being family oriented, not really knowing Spanish, the Latin community, not really liking or making myself fit into a lifestyle like most girls do. I just wasn't about the superficial lifestyle, the flashiness of everything. I'm more quality, more substance. So after 3 years, it got kind of old, very lonesome, and I was ready to make my move back with family. Um, Grandparents are getting older. I want to be there for them. I don't want to regret that I wasn't there in their last, you know, years of life. So, you know, moving back, I feel great. I feel like my cup has been poured into so much, it's overflowing. I feel like I'm not compromising on things that I would have compromised on. So it's like a full circle moment that I needed to learn. And, really getting back to this and sharing my life with you guys. And, I want these videos to be something that, my future kids can look on and really see my journey. So I just wanted to give you a little life update, trying to refigure out everything while also giving you an update. Make sense? Well, good to see you guys. Please check out my next video of my time in Miami and all of that good stuff. See you guys in my next video.